So this week's YouTube, I'm dedicating just a brief introduction to how you can help get some intuitive insights for yourself, your own life, any questions you have that you're struggling to sort of get clarity with. In a previous YouTube video, we've shared how to use really good positive books to do an open book, which I learnt first of all by Sonia Choquette, who is one of the best psychics out there, I believe. So look up Sonia, she's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, that was the open book one, so you can have a look at that if you're interested in that. So today we're dedicating this one to oracle cards. Okay, so I've been using oracle cards to read for myself and other people for a very long time now, and in my mind and heart they're a stunning, beautiful aid to our intuitive self, and they help give us clarity and answer some of those chunky questions. Might not like the answers that come up, but they do come up with accuracy, and the more you work with them, like anything else, the more accurate you become in receiving the information and working out what they actually mean. So when we first come across cards and things, some people have a resistance to it because it's tied into some global, it's like a global consciousness out there that had perhaps negative experience of tarot and the mystical and what does all that mean. And many years ago, some beautiful light work has brought in oracle cards, which are slightly different from tarot cards, but they do the same job. So I actually love both in lots of different ways, and some wonderful people introduced a new way of building tarot and stuff. So I'm just going to give you a very brief couple of minutes introduction, show you a few different packs that are available out there. There's so many. The best thing you can do if you want to go down this pathway is you really need to go calm and hopeful and loving. Find that yummy alignment within yourself with your own divine essence. Earth yourself really well. And then when you go into a shop or you're online or you're looking at these or wherever you are, and you go, ooh, that feels nice. So it hits you in your tummy and your heart, and you just know. It's the same as shopping for different things or meeting different people. It's exactly the same signals. It's the brain in the gut. It's the answer. It's the intuitive self that says, that's in alignment with me. So then what you'll do, which is what most of us do, is look at everything else that's out there, and then we come back to that one. Eventually you learn that the first one is the right one, even if your reasoning mind can't make any sense of it. So I'll just introduce you to a few that I've resonated with in over different time scales and the flavors that are out there. All right. So the reason why it's important to go with the one that resonates with you is it holds different energy. So the energy that's in the pack is by the person who created it, in this case, Kyle Gray. Look him up, he's great. All these people are great, in my view. And he's made a pack called Keepers of the Light. They're oracle cards. And so his energy's in there because he's the co-creator. The artist's energy is in there, co-creators. So you will get drawn to them for colour, for form, for many different reasons, but you're aligning with the author's energy at that time, at the time they were produced. You know, people change over time, they change their views, they change their alignments with things. And this is about the time they were produced. It still holds that original energy in that time frame. So I'll just show you, I'll just pick these up for a minute. So just as an example, upside down and all sorts. There's reasons for that, which I'll explore with you in a moment. Diana Cooper produced these, which is dragon oracle cards. So a very different feel, very different feel to Keepers of the Light. That's the back of hers and one of the dragons. I have to put some of these the right way up. We'll have a look in a minute. And then there are some over here which are now available with Radley Valentine. Is a lovely, lovely, gentle guy. Lots of information about tarot. And Doreen Virtue, they were collaborating together at the time. Now you can find them available with Radley. And these are lovely. These are our tarot cards that have the essence of angels with them. And these are cards that have the essence of fairies with them. So you get a real different connection with light and with earth. And they're just stunning. They're very, very beautiful. So the difference between the oracle cards and the tarot cards come with a major arcana set. That's an example of one of the major arcanas. It's all the ones that have numbers at the top. There's lots of information about this, guys, that I'll go into in other videos. And then they have 4 suits. So, you know, I remember originally a lot of people just used playing cards. So that they had the suits, and then they had the jokers that could mean different things, and then the kings, the jack and the kings and the queens, all produce the major arcana. So they come from a basic playing card pack as a way of connecting in with your intuitive higher self. So there's many different ways of accessing these and doing readings with them, but really I want to just introduce the way it's simply for you to use for you in your own development. So when you first get a pack, it'll have cellophane all over it. So when you get it home, you want to take the cellophane off and you want to just sit with it for a bit. And it is recommended by most people who produce these things that you just put your own energy in for a while. So in other words, not sharing them with everybody and anybody, just while you get your own energies attuned to it. So you take your cellophane off, and one of the things I like to do is just to say thank you to the creators of these cards, and the love that they used at the time of creating it. This one's by Colette Baron Reid. Again, one of the most amazing intuitives on the planet at this time. Look, Colette, she's doing all sorts of lovely online courses for this sort of thing. And she's produced a variety of these, but this is one of the ones I thought I'd show you, because this is just trying to give you an indication of how varied and wide all of these things are. But this is about spirit animals. Okay, and what you do is you give thanks really for their energy, and then you just ask that all other energies leave the cards now. My energies can align with them now. Okay, and then you open it up. So there's always a book, and then the rest of the cards are in here. And Colette's written a message here inside that says, the spirits residing in the natural world have much to share, and the secrets of their forgotten language are now available to you. So it's just lovely. Now, if you hold the cards in your hands, and it's almost like you're clearing, the idea is that we're visualizing all other energies leaving. I like to encompass and include the creators of the cards in love and thankfulness, and the artists, because some of these things are just amazing. And we're looking just to align with them. And then often it's nice to make a statement or a request or a prayer of dedication about what you're about to do. You can make it as simple as I am open to clear communication from my intuitive higher self in all the questions I ask this day. I am protected. I am calm. I am loving. I ask this from the best part of myself. And I am open and willing to receive the answer. So you can work on your statement of intent in whichever way you feel like. Some people really like calling in the angels and the archangels to help them with their answers. Some people really like to call in Mother Nature. Some people really like to call in cosmic beings. Some people really like to call in the masters. Whichever works for you is just perfect. Again, it's you for you. And then when you first get a pack, it's really, really good idea to just, you have to separate them because sometimes they're a bit sticky together, and just have a look at each and every one and get familiar with them. So some people miss this stage out because they just want to go straight into the read, but it's really well worth it. There's so many people I know who say, oh, I've never seen that card in the pack before. It's just really nice. And you can get a sort of view of some of these cards. The artistry work is amazing. And there's not a huge amount of words at the bottom. This is an example here that I'm looking at, number 49, and it's Rabbit Spirit. Now is a lucky time. Okay, so just go through and get yourself familiar with all the different pictures and the words and everything else that's said. Inside the book, you'll always get a note of how to work with the cards. It's slightly different with each author as to which way they are recommending that you actually use it. But let's say this one, number 62, it's a Turtle Spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. So what you can do after that is look at the card, get as much information as you feel you can from the picture, from the colours. The numbers might be part of the message. And then you can actually look it up. This one is in numerical order. And what Colette's done is quite lovely. And if you bear with me a minute, you'll have an explanation then of what that actually means. Now, sometimes in some of the decks, you'll have an additional information because the author has asked you to mix them all up. So sometimes they will come up the right way up to you, and sometimes they'll be upside down. This originates from the tarot, where it was always done in that way. Oracle cards are always the right way up. So they have one message, generally speaking. And the tarot and things to do with that have two. So in this particular deck, because it's different in each, Colette's actually used, if you pull it out the upside down way, she's given you a protective message. So and they're all positive. They're all really, really wonderful. It's just asking you to pay attention in a different sort of way. So what we're going to do is show you how to use. So I wanted to go through the differences in there. Let's use these. Okay, so we'll go with an oracle card for the basic way of using cards. So you've done your prayer, you've done your alignment, and then you can really give them a good shuffle. When they're brand new, really shuffle them well. You could spend 10 minutes or so, even longer on that, until you shuffle and shuffle with no particular thoughts or question in mind. You're just shuffling, so you want to know that it's nice and mixed. Okay, and then you ask a question. Now, one of the easiest ways of moving forward here is just to say, show me my overall message for today. Okay, now, one of the ways to do this, I'm going to show you a few different ways just with the same intention. So my question is, show me my overall message for today. So this is for me, Carol, not for you guys at the moment. And sometimes you can do what you've just seen me do now. It's literally once, and I feel that a card is coming out, and I would look at that one. So that's one way of it happening. Another way is literally cards can fly out of the deck when you're shuffling. I can't make that happen. It's just one of those things that it literally will just fly out. So if it flies out, that's your card. Another way is you can say, but you do need to state this before you begin, is I want to take it off the top of the deck. So in that case, you would shuffle until you felt it was right, and then you pop it down, and then you turn that one over, and that would be your card. Okay? So you have to decide, first of all, which way you're going to actually pay attention. So for me, I'm going to ask, what's my overall message for today? And a general shuffle. And I've got Kuan Yin, care and compassion. Choose to be love. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. Well, I'm doing my best to do that here with you guys today. And that's the card. And I like the colours. I like the way the artist has shown Kuan Yin. It's beautiful master energy. All about love. If you think rose quartz, if you like crystals, that's the sort of thing that you would get there. So that's one way of doing it. So it's really nice just to start off with your overall message. It's very important just to build up a relationship with the card deck, just build a relationship up, generally speaking. And then what we do is a 3-card spread. Now this is very common throughout all people who use cards. And I'm really feeling like it's this deck I want to show you an example of. So I'm going to work with the angels on this one. And this is a 3-card spread. And what we're going to do is we're going to focus on our past, on our present, and on our future. And there's a little bit of discipline that needs to come into it for this one. So I'm going to shuffle these with the intention that please show me past, present, and future. And I've already intended that my past is over the first card on the left, my present is right here in front of me by my heart, and my future is over here on the right. And I'm going to shuffle them so they face down and I can open them one at a time. So for this one, my intention is top of the pack. So I'm looking for overall messages again, no particular one in mind. Overall message that will benefit us all. Top of the pack. So I just keep shuffling until it feels right. At that point, we put the cards down and we just take one for the past, one for the present, and one for the future. Now, the discipline comes here. It's very important. When I turn this one over first, this first card is my past. If I can't actually feel that's real, that doesn't resonate, then we close the whole pack up, we put it away, and we do it at another time. It's just letting you know that that's not actually accurate enough. It's not clear. You've got some doubts already. So if those doubts are set in your past, they will come into this one and this one. You'll start to get confused and the readings, well, it's not a real reading. It's not a real connection. So what I do, if I've experienced that, is I put them away and I align myself more with spirit. I get really in contact with more fun of life. I raise my vibes and I come at it from a different sacred viewpoint at that point. Because this is, to me, a sacred connection. So we have a look for what we've got in our, and this one's all about the right way up. They shouldn't be upside down for this one. And we've got a major arcana. So this is in the past. So if any of you watching this and with me, we've got number 3 and we've got the Empress. We have Archangel Gabriel, is the wonderful archangel of messages. And it says lavish abundance. So we're asking ourselves, ooh, do I resonate with the Empress, Archangel Gabriel? Have I ever been a messenger for the light? Have I experienced lavish abundance? Giving birth to your dreams. Has there been any time in my past where I've had dreams and I've given birth to them? I would say so. Has there been a time when I've nurtured myself and others? So I would say yes, that resonates with me. So I feel that's a yes to go to my present day. My present day card with you is Ace of Water. And the message is falling in love. Hey up, Nick. Or the resurgence of a relationship, spiritual growth and enhanced intuition, and a new home. And this is Ace of Water. So the picture there is a lovely merman and has a beautiful cup at the bottom of the ocean, and other little dolphin and various things in the water. A lovely water element card there. Water as an element is obviously about the feminine. It's about emotions. It's about the flow. So I will receive that on our behalf. And then the future one we can turn over, and this is fire. This is about the fire element. So I'm looking at what's coming in after I fully accepted this one. And this one says, it's Page of Fire. It's got a lovely picture of a big full moon and a temple behind it. And then there's earth element. There's all sorts of elements in that, and a lovely dragon, because it's all about the dragons with the fire element with these cards. And it says outgoing, creative, confident and mischievous. Lovely combination there. News of an exciting new endeavour. I've got my fingers in a few pies to do with enchanted lands for that. Use your originality and ingenuity. So that's that one. As an example, do you see how much details just in the pictures? Sometimes we actually just cross all of the words out and just have a look at what's in the picture, because sometimes people resonate with what the picture tells them, or the colours more than the words. So it can be a deep practice. Well, I love that. The next stage is, for some people, what they really like to do is to say, I need a bit more information about the present and a bit more information about the future. So what you can do with that intention again is, I need more information for my present. In addition, woo, did you see that start to fly? So in addition to the Ace of Water. Now, because I hadn't said it's on top of the pack, my pack is starting to move in a different way. I'll take that. And that's another water card. So it's definitely confirming water's in the air. And it's the 10 of Water. It says, a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. So that's another water card on our present time. And then if I say on top of the pack, I would like to reveal more about my future in addition to the Page of Fire on top of the pack. And you can see how we use that, and we turn that one over. This is 8 of Earth. So future message is to say, our skilled work is rewarded. We're learning all there is to know about a topic and partially going back to school. Outdoors in nature by the look of it. Okay. And again, you're looking at those to see what resonates and see what information the universe is giving you for your life. So if you're going to do this 3-card spread, please, 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 if this first one of the past does not resonate, fold it up. Make sure you raise your vibes before you come back to the pack, as it will confuse you and it won't, it's just not it's not right. It's not right information. So you need to, it's just a way of the universe looking after you. It's a way of the universe saying, come on, let's raise our vibes a bit first before we come to this sacred practice. It's fun, it's loving, it's easy. It's about how you approach it. So if you approach it with fun and with enjoyment and with a hope or an absolute belief that the universe is listening to you and will definitely speak to you through the cards, then you will get a lot of benefit and a lot of enjoyment from it. So I hope you've enjoyed this introduction. There's lots and lots and lots more to this, but by beginning in this way and continuing this practice, hopefully your life will be filled with more ease. Wishing you lots of love, soul to soul. Bye for now. Thank you.